All right, y'all, what's going on, man? Y'all know it is time for Week 5 College Pick'em, man. I'm super excited to talk about this real quick. I'm going to show y'all real quick the teams I picked last week. All right, as y'all can see, this is Week 4 Pick'em. So I had Tennessee, USC, Oklahoma State, Mississippi State, Colorado, Auburn, Clemson, Miami, and Florida State. So I went 5-4. Not my best week. Obviously, you guys see, I missed on a lot of them. Missed on the early matchups. But 5-4, I'll take over 500, man. I'm going to update y'all every week on this, though. But let's get to Week 5. All right, let's go with one of the best games this week, and that's Virginia Tech versus Miami. Miami's been humming. This is the first ACC matchup of the year so far. Virginia Tech has been struggling with Kyron Jones this year. Not kind of the start that most people thought. They had him as one of the best quarterbacks in the ACC. Cam Ward has been that and then some. I'm going with my Hurricanes again, man. I think they come out on top. I'm not going to say easy win because it's the first ACC opponent, so I want to see how they look. But I got them coming out on top. Hurricanes win. I'd say about 14 plus. Now this one up top, I'm gonna do this one. This is such a big game. I'm gonna do this individually. So I will do this one on Saturday and update you guys. But I don't want to do this one now because I got to give this game its whole thing because it's one of the biggest games of the season. All right, now we got Kentucky, Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. Man, I believe in what they're doing offensively with Lane Kiffin. I got them coming out on top. Ole Miss, Jackson Dart throws for 3 touchdowns. Easily beats Kentucky. No disrespect to Kentucky. I know they're a good team. Brock Vandegrift, they showed that their defense can contend and compete. They did it against Georgia, so they're going to have to be ready. But I think Ole Miss will be firing on all cylinders. I got Ole Miss winning that one. All right, now this next matchup is a little bit of a toss-up. When you look at Kansas State and Oklahoma State, for one, Avery Johnson had one of his worst games of the season. 2 interceptions, 130 yards, only a 45.1 quarterback rating. He did not play good. DJ Giddens, though, on the other hand, did pretty good with his carries. 19 carries, 93 yards, nearly 5 yards per carry. He did his thing. Also had a long of 23 yards. But they struggled offensively in this game mightily. BYU hit up on them in the special teams game. Defensively, they just had the answers for him, and now they are ranked. So they got a big game coming up, obviously, against Oklahoma State. So really, man, this game is a toss-up. According to ESPN Analytics and FPI, 53% chance basically for Oklahoma State to win, 47% for them to win at home at a noon kickoff. Now, for them, you guys do the same thing. Now, this is really strength against strength. DJ Giddens versus Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon doesn't have as many rushing yards, but has 4 touchdowns. But this would be interesting to watch to see what Oklahoma State can do. I'm going to try to watch this one if I can, if I have enough time, maybe the back end of this one. But it should be interesting to see who comes out on top, especially with 2 dynamic running attacks and 2 teams that suffered some big losses last week. They lost to Utah 22-19. They lost to BYU in a butt whipping 34-9. So I want to see how both teams kind of come back out. I am going to roll with Oklahoma State here. I think they hand Kansas State their second loss of the season. I think Ollie Gordon gets back on track and has a big game, and I'm believing Bowman. He just got to take care of the football. So I'm rolling Oklahoma State. All right, next you got Louisville versus Notre Dame. Again, I told you I seen that game, obviously with Tyler Show, Ja'Cory Brooks, who I like. They have a really good running game. So many backs that they use here. They use Duke Watson, right? They use, obviously, Kewan Brown. They got a lot of guys that can use. But I was not impressed with Louisville. I thought defense did a pretty good job in the second half, only giving 5 points to the Yellow Jackets, and also their special teams game, getting that blocked field goal and returning it back. I got Notre Dame winning this one big. I think Coach Freeman's going to coach up a good game. I think he's going to have them rolling. I really, really think Notre Dame is going to have a good one in this one. So I'm not high in on Louisville how everybody else is. I don't think they're going to win the ACC. And I think this is going to be a major kind of, game that you see them kind of struggle a little bit. Notre Dame comes out on top. So I'm rolling with the Fighting Irish in that one. All right, now I got the next one. Colorado, UCF. Let's talk about it. Now, I've been hearing about this atmosphere at UCF, and it's nothing to play with. And obviously, it's a big matchup for Colorado. You're playing UCF, who's 3-0, right? KJ Jefferson has been great. He was good in the last game with 2 touchdowns, 230 yards. They have Harvey, who's a dynamic running back, 448 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns. UCF is a good team. But what I think is the matchup is going to be their rushing attack against this rush defense, which apparently is number 15. Like I said, y'all blew up my other video on my YouTube and had it going stupid when I said that they're a big underdog in this one. As you guys can see, they are. So I'm rolling with the upset pick here. It will not be easy going down in Orlando trying to beat this team. But I think if they can keep Shedeur Sanders healthy, keep him upright, offensive line can block and protect, I think they got a good chance in this one to come out on top. Right, but it's going to be important for Colorado. He only has 87 yards and 2 touchdowns, but Michael Welch, formerly of Baldwin, they got to feature him in this game. You got to have balance. If you just pass, they're going to tee off on you, right? Because KJ Jefferson's a veteran. They can run the ball. They can do clock management. They can keep the ball away from you. So if you're Colorado, you got to get the ball to Welch, let him do his thing. And then offensively, Wester, right? Jimmy Horn, obviously Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball. They got to go off in this one. So for Colorado, you don't want to get behind the ball on this one. Get a fast start early, build your tempo, run the football, make them off balance, and I think they can come out on top and win this game. It will not be easy because it's one of the better rushing attacks in the country. But I think Colorado can come in there and pull off a major upset. And I told y'all last week, those wins against Baylor, again, Baylor's not like a top Big 12 contender this year. But winning that kind of a game like that only galvanizes you and that builds belief in your team, your coaching staff, your program, and helps you going forward. And I think that's what it did for Colorado. So I'm rolling with the Buffs. All right, next one, a big game for Auburn. They're going to host Oklahoma, who's coming off that loss. They're changing quarterbacks, right? No more Jackson Arnold. They have a new quarterback at the helm. That is going to be a big game for them to see kind of the future of them. Now, they said Jackson Arnold's not done. He still has a potential chance later down in the season or whatever it may be. But Auburn, a big game. They're going to have some big-time recruits in attendance. I'm going to roll with the Tigers. I think they get back on track. They also have a QB dilemma. It's the same thing for both teams. Both teams have QB dilemmas. Hank Brown got benched after 3 interceptions. And then also they're going back to Peyton Thorne. So that's the problem right now with Auburn. They have talent with Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson, Malcolm Simmons, Jarquez Hunter, but they cannot get that quarterback situation right. That's what's kind of hurting them right now. So we'll see how they look. Definitely going to try to check this one out later in the day as well. But rolling with the Tigers. Next one, I got Ohio State. First game in the Big Ten for them this season. No more cakewalk schedule. Jeremiah Smith has been tearing it up. They've been running the ball. Quishon Judkins had one of his best games with 2 touchdowns last week. I think over 150 yards rushing. I'm rolling with Ohio State. I think it's B to A. I think they come out on top. Easy money win for them. All right, next you got a pretty good one. Illinois. They went in and beat Nebraska last week in Nebraska territory, right? At the Cornhuskers. They came out on top. I think that's hard to do 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to be real with y'all. So I'm going to roll with Penn State. A lot of people are high on Drew Allen. They think he's one of the better quarterbacks in college football. So I think it's just hard for Illinois to do that 2 weeks in a row in 2 hostile environments. And then don't beat Death Valley. Like, something about Penn, or Nappy Valley. I said Death Valley. That's LSU. Nappy Valley. That is a tough place to play. That is a tough place to come out on top, man. So I'm going with Penn State. Major win for them. I think it'll be a good game, though. But I'm rolling with Penn State. All right, last but not least, in the next window, you have Washington State versus Boise State in a major matchup for Boise State. They are ranked. Remember, they played Oregon very, very, very tough earlier this season. So they're going to host that game. Electric atmosphere. Always got to remember that orange field they have. I think they come out on top. I think they beat Washington State as well, and I think they win that one. So that is my pick 'em. Again, I'm going to do this Georgia and Alabama game separately. I'm going to do a full breakdown, give my thoughts, my analysis, what needs to go right, how teams can stop each other, and do a full breakdown. That's going to be on Saturday morning. So stay tuned for that breakdown as well. I'll probably do that after my radio show, real quick before I have to do my other appearances in the day. But stay tuned for that one. That one will be good. I will go ahead and put that up for y'all here pretty soon. All right, y'all, man. So that's college football, week 5. Pick 'em. Y'all comment below your thoughts on my picks and me overall, man, and how I'm doing. But that's the latest there, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate all the love y'all showing on the channel, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on TikTok as well at Najeh Woke. I do football on the TikTok as well. So appreciate all y'all. Much love, man. See y'all soon. Peace.